Inside Guyana's jungle, giants hunt, and tiny frogs defy them. Deep in the northern reaches of South America lies a land where rivers carve through endless emerald forest, where mist rises above towering waterfalls, and where ancient life still thrives, largely untouched by modern civilization. Welcome to the jungles of Guyana, one of the most pristine rainforest ecosystems on Earth. Over 80% of Guyana is covered in tropical rainforest, forming part of the vast Guyana Shield, one of the oldest geological formations on the planet. These forests shelter thousands of species of plants and animals, many found nowhere else on Earth. In this living wilderness, every creature, from jaguars to frogs no larger than a coin, must master the art of survival. This is the story of life in Guyana's jungle. The jungles of Guyana stretch across massive protected regions like Kayatur National Park and the Iwakrama Forest, sanctuaries that guard some of the most biodiverse habitats in the world. Here, towering trees rise more than 50 meters above the forest floor, their colossal trunks forming the pillars of this green cathedral. They create multiple layers of habitat, a vertical world teeming with specialized life. The rainforest is divided into 4 main levels, each a distinct and interconnected realm. At the very bottom is the forest floor. It is a world of perpetual twilight, dark, humid, and rich with the scent of decay and life. Less than 2% of the sun's energy reaches this level, filtered by the dense ceiling of leaves above. Here, decomposition is rapid, a relentless process where fungi and bacteria work tirelessly, recycling nutrients back into the soil to fuel the entire jungle. This layer is the domain of giant insects, formidable tarantulas, and countless frogs that find refuge in the dampness. It is also the hunting ground for stealthy predators who use the shadows to their advantage. Above this lies the understory, a tangled maze of shrubs, young trees, and broad-leafed plants, all competing for trickles of sunlight. This dense vegetation creates the perfect hiding place for an incredible array of reptiles and amphibians, their skin patterns mimicking the dappled light and shadow. Higher still, we reach the canopy. This is the vibrant, bustling heart of the rainforest, a living highway of interconnected branches and vines. Bathed in sunlight, this layer is where most of the jungle's life is found. It's a world of constant motion, where monkeys, sloths, and countless birds travel, feed, and live out their lives. And finally, piercing the sky, is the emergent layer. Here, the tallest, most ancient trees break through the canopy, standing like lonely giants surveying their kingdom. These titans endure the full force of sun, wind, and rain, and provide exclusive homes for some of the jungle's largest and most powerful birds of prey. Each layer forms a unique world, with its own climate and inhabitants. Together, they create one of the richest and most complex ecosystems on Earth. In this multi-layered kingdom, one predator reigns supreme. The undisputed ruler of Guyana's jungle is the jaguar. As the third largest cat in the world and the apex predator of the Americas, this powerful hunter is a master of both land and water. Unlike most big cats, jaguars are strong, confident swimmers, and often hunt along the rivers that act as the lifeblood of the forest. Their incredibly varied diet includes capybaras, deer, turtles, and even formidable caimans. With a bite force strong enough to crush bone and pierce a turtle's shell, the jaguar employs a unique killing method, a precise, powerful bite through the skull of its prey. Yet, despite their power and position at the top of the food chain, these elusive predators are rarely seen. They are masters of concealment, moving silently through the jungle, their spotted coats melting into the dappled light. They are the true ghosts of the rainforest. But the jaguar is not the only formidable hunter here. In the wetlands and flooded forests lurks one of the largest and heaviest snakes on Earth, the green anaconda. This massive constrictor spends most of its life in or near water, its immense body perfectly adapted for an aquatic existence. Camouflaged beneath murky rivers, its patterned skin blending with the detritus, the snake waits patiently for days on end. When unsuspecting prey, like a capybara or deer, comes to drink, it strikes with explosive speed. Victims are seized in its powerful jaws, dragged underwater, and enveloped in its muscular coils. Suffocation is slow and certain before the prey is swallowed whole. Sharing these waters is another formidable predator, the black caiman, a giant reptile capable of reaching over 5 meters in length. In the jungle rivers, the food chain is ruthless and unforgiving. High above the forest floor, in the sunlit canopy, soar some of the jungle's most spectacular birds. Among them is the mighty harpy eagle, one of the strongest and most powerful eagles on Earth. This is an apex predator of the sky. With talons larger than a grizzly bear's claws, it hunts formidable prey in the treetops, including monkeys, sloths, and large birds. Its massive, broad wings allow it to maneuver with surprising agility through the dense forest canopy, ambushing its victims with lethal precision. Nearby, brilliant flashes of orange reveal another famous resident, the Guyanan cock of the rock. In special forest clearings known as leks, males gather to perform elaborate competitive dances, showing off their dazzling plumage to attract females. And echoing through the jungle sky are the raucous calls of the scarlet macaw. These magnificent parrots, often flying in lifelong pairs, are a blaze of color against the endless green. Their vivid red, yellow, and blue feathers blaze like fire against the forest, a symbol of the vibrant life that fills this aerial world. When night falls, the jungle transforms. The cacophony of the day gives way to a new chorus as a different cast of characters emerges. The forest floor begins to sing with the calls of 1,000 tiny frogs, emerging from their daytime hiding places. One of the most remarkable and specialized species is the golden rocket frog. This rare, tiny amphibian lives only in one specific habitat, the misty, spray-soaked cliffs around the magnificent Kayatua Falls. Its entire life takes place inside the water-filled leaves of giant bromeliad plants. Rainwater collects inside these plants, forming tiny, self-contained pools. Here, in this miniature ecosystem, the frog lays its eggs and raises its tadpoles, safe from the predators of the forest floor. Some frog species show even more extraordinary parental care. In certain species like the Stephania evansi, or groaning carrying frog, mothers carry their developing eggs, and later their fully formed froglets, on their backs. They provide a mobile, living nursery, protecting their young until they are large enough to fend for themselves and live independently. While large animals like jaguars and eagles capture our attention, the true unseen rulers of the jungle are the insects. Their numbers are staggering, with millions of species filling every conceivable niche in the rainforest. Among them is the notorious bullet ant, famous for possessing one of the most painful stings on Earth, a pain compared to being shot. In stark contrast, the blue morpho butterfly flits through the understory, its shimmering wings not pigmented, but structured to reflect light, flashing an electric blue that startles predators. Giant beetles, industrious termites, and relentless leafcutter ants march across the forest floor. These tiny creatures perform the most essential roles. They are the great recyclers, the master pollinators, and the primary food source for countless larger animals. Without them, the jungle would collapse. Guyana's rivers are not just home to serpents and caimans, they are alive with other giant creatures. The giant river otter is among the most social and charismatic predators of the Amazon basin. Living in large, boisterous family groups, they communicate with a complex language of whistles, chirps, and screams while cooperatively hunting for fish. Another aquatic giant is the arapaima, one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. A living fossil, this behemoth can grow over 3 meters long and weigh over 200 kilograms. It has an ancient adaptation. It must surface regularly to breathe air, gulping it into a modified swim bladder that functions like a lung. These massive, armor-scaled fish once inspired legends of river monsters among local peoples. Despite its wild beauty and seeming remoteness, Guyana's rainforest faces growing threats from the outside world. Illegal and unregulated activities such as gold mining, diamond mining, and logging can scar the landscape, pollute rivers with mercury, and damage the delicate ecosystems that have existed for millennia. These pressures threaten the survival of many rare species. But compared to many other parts of the Amazon basin, Guyana's forests remain remarkably intact, a testament to the country's commitment to preservation. Strong conservation efforts, the establishment of vast protected areas, and a growing ecotourism industry are helping to preserve this incredible biodiversity treasure for future generations. Guyana's jungle is one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. It is a realm where ancient ecosystems still function as they have for millions of years, a living laboratory of evolution. Here, predators stalk the shadows, brilliant birds rule the skies, and hidden among leaves and water-filled plants, tiny amphibians guard the secrets of adaptation and survival. The jungle of Guyana is more than just a forest. It is a living, breathing world, wild, mysterious, and still largely unexplored. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden wildlife of Guyana's jungle, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more incredible wildlife documentaries from around the world. Because the wild still has many stories left to tell.